A man from Hayne is facing 10 new counts of child exploitation. Benjamin Godwin is accused of having images and videos of children, some of them even as young as toddlers. Records show Godwin was already facing 20 counts of child exploitation in Pender County. He was arrested in January but was released 5 days later after posting a $75,000 bond. However, with these new charges from New Hanover County, he's now being held with no bond.